Let's continue now. Kingstown Burning. When I saw that, I thought, what's that about? She's here. Rachelle Gray is the author of Kingstown Burning. Rachelle, good morning to you.
Hi, good morning, Pearson. Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Good to see you again. Tell me about this Kingstown Burning. What an interesting novel.
Wow. Yes, it's my debut novel. It's an action adventure ganja fiction, essentially, based here in Barbados and the Southern Caribbean.
Yeah. You could have written on anything about anywhere, but you chose instead to focus on this fictional story. So tell us about the characters in the book and how their lives perhaps mirror ours.
Well, we have the three leading ladies, Nubia, I Am, and Marley Cadogan. They're essentially friends who find themselves caught in, they get caught up in this web with this whole thing with the ganja war. And in this book, you basically get to see how easy it is, how much a part of the fabric, I would say, the whole marijuana industry is, and how integral ganja is to our lives, even when we think that we're not even involved with it directly, how it's impacting people around us. So essentially, we explore that on a quest. We go on a quest, have to find an Obia man to help and, resolve things. It's an awesome story.
Yes. So typically, there are families who are struggling with people who are addicted to in whatever way or the other, whether they are the dealer or the recipient. And so this book delves into that in interesting ways, looking at those interrelationships and how people find creative ways to find their way out of those conditions as well.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's not even the people that you would normally suspect who are actually in this thing, You, for lack of a better description, sometimes it's the person that looks like a normal civil servant who is actually doing the most dirt. So this book kind of shows you that, it's not always what you think, and you enjoy a good read on the way.
It certainly tells me so indeed. Look at the cover. It's called Kingstown Burning. Why is it called Kingstown Burning?
So we have one of our protagonists, I would say Judah. And Judah is actually, in the book, he's from St. Vincent. And, there's a close relationship between many Barbadians and Vincentians as well. Caribbean people, we're all like interwoven into each other. And I think the play on Kingstown Burning comes from the fact that a chunk of the story focuses on him and his involvement in the ganja trade. Actually, I'll give away a little thing. He is the person who creates the catalyst for what's going to happen and all the action and everything. So he's the fire, essentially. Judah is the fire. And, wow, what a fire he is. So, yeah, that's what
for
it
sure.
is.
You can feel the heat when you read between the pages of Kingstown Burning. I see there on the screen that it's available everywhere in most formats. So tell us how we can access it and in what formats.
Okay, so worldwide, if you're Amazon.com, you can get both the ebook copy as well as a paperback. But I'm here in Barbados, and I'm so happy to announce that on island, the book is now available. I mean, this means a lot to me. I really want to thank the bookstores, because Days Bookstore and Black Rock Bookstore, they're both carrying Kingstown Burning, and I really appreciate that support. That's what we need in the arts when we as creatives create work. It's really beautiful to know that distributors and retailers, that there's a platform for our work to be seen.
Yes.
So, yeah, definitely Days. And you can go to my website, RachelleJGray.com, on my social media, and it leads you to all the different links: Walmart, Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, those famous names, as well as our very own Days and Black Rock Books. Which, can I say this?
Yes.
On Saturday, right? Oh my goodness. On Saturday, I will be at Black Rock Books doing a signing as well. So when you come to purchase your book, I will be there to autograph a copy for you. Maybe answer a question or two, what have you not. But yeah, between the hours of 12 and 3 p.m., I'll be at Black Rock Books, and that's in Black Rock, across from the Lazaretto, essentially that road that would take you down to Bats Rock. It's right there. You'll see the sign. So that's
Oh.
this Saturday. Yes, this
So
Saturday
that's
at Black Rock
as
Book.
in tomorrow. This
As
Saturday
in
sounds like next
tomorrow.
week. As in
Like, nah,
tomorrow.
like in tomorrow. Yes. As in tomorrow. Like, see me today and be like, yo, let's
Yes.
go get her book tomorrow. Yes.
Yes, yes. Tomorrow
Yeah.
between 12 and 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I was
I'll be
reading a little
there.
I was reading a little blurb on your book. You said now she must question her loyalty to her beliefs and with
Yeah.
her squad set out on a quest that will determine if there can be honor among thieves.
Yeah.
Wow, that's powerful indeed. And what I love is that you're able to write it from the female's perspective, because oftentimes you hear of the men more so getting involved in this kind of activity. But here it is. Is there any honor among thieves for females? What an interesting dichotomy.
It is, and it's something that we have to ask ourselves. I think one thing I love the most about Kingstown Burning is that it really made me question not only myself but humankind, our nature as people, our relationships, the relationships that we have. Because many of us are good people. Many of us believe ourselves to be good people. We do good things, but then what happens when you end up where you never thought you would be? Am I a thief? Am I a bad person?
Wow.
So in writing the book, one thing that definitely came to mind was the fact that, because there was a moment when I was struggling with the villain. How do I develop my villain? I didn't want to bring evil into this world, because when you're creating art, you are conjuring.
Yes.
And who are these people that I'm going to conjure into my existence, into our existence, So I was really battling with that. And then it dawned on me, we're all someone's villain, like it or not. Right now, there's someone who is like, oh my God, Pearson is the worst, Rachelle is the worst. No matter what we do, there's going to be someone there doing that. So then I realized that being a villain isn't about being evil. Being a villain is probably about what your relationship with someone else is like, if it's not in a good standing. But not that you have to be an evil person to do, or do bad things. Just sometimes the things you do can lead to bad results.
You're very fortunate because you're such a creative woman, as a photographer, a writer, a feature, everything. And so you've been places and you've met people who have different experiences. How much of all of what you've been able to do so far in the places you've been, how much of that has been pouring into your soul, your spirit, your whole body? Yeah, you poured out into the book.
Well, what people don't know is that this book was finished in 2018. I wrote this book. I finished it in 2018. Then I got on a plane. I finished it in August and got on a plane in November. I was like, I'm going to see Senegal. I'm going to West Africa. So I left. I wrote this book. I sat with it. I made sure, because it was something that I've been working on for a while. And I kind of say, Rachelle, you're at a certain age, a certain place, you're in a certain environment. Just finish the book. Just put it out there. So I sat myself down. And then there was also a catalyst. There was a situation where I ended up with 2 months where I had nothing to do because of a contract issue. So I had 2 months of nothing to do. And I was like, you know what? Why don't I be my own client? And what is it that I have that's unfinished work? And I sat with my book for those 2 months, and I call it my residency, I guess, because now I know I'm like, okay, this is what a writer residency feels like. It's just you just write and write and write. And it's just I lost my train of thought.
but what I'm trying to figure out, though, is how do you know when you've finished? How do you know? Because writing and writing and writing, and then how do you know you're done?
I knew I was done when I got to the point where I was like, okay, you know what? This other information is going in the other book. That's when I knew I was done. I was like, no, because if I put this in here, I'm going to have to write so much more to support how these other scenes came about and their relationships and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, this is a good ending point right here. Let's end it right here. So it ends powerful. And one of the things that a lot of bookstagrammers, because I've been blessed to have, there's a whole #Read Caribbean movement where ladies, people in general across the entire Caribbean diaspora are reading Caribbean literature.
Yes.
And we have Barbadian bookstagrammers, regional bookstagrammers in the UK and the US who are out there looking for regional literature and want to get to know what is more, about what we're doing and who's writing. So I had time to sit, and the bookstagrammers all said to me, really and truly, we love the book, but we feel like there's going to be a part 2. And that's a lot of the feedback. And I'm like, yeah, there is going to be probably a part 2 and a 3 and a 4. So yeah, there's, I don't know. It just
Yes.
happens. It just happens.
Do you feel the pressure though? You know, the expectation now of you to have at least a part 2. Is that pressure on you?
It is pressure. I won't lie and tell you, oh no, I got it covered. No, it is pressure because at least I know what I want to have in there. I know the
Yes.
ingredients that I want to cook with. The thing is now I got to try to figure out what am I cooking up this time around? Because the first time around I knew what I wanted to bring into this world. Now I'm like, okay, so what direction is this going? Where will I take my readers? So that's a great concern because to me, as an artist, as a creative, you're as good as your last work.
Yes.
So my next work has to trump this work. So I want to sit with it and give it my all and be open to what comes to me and then create like an awesome second part. Yeah,
I just love it.
Definitely.
I just love it. Kingstown Burning is what it's called. Again, if you want Rachelle Gray to autograph your book tomorrow, there at Black Rock Books, you can find her between 12 noon and 3 in the afternoon. Again, give us a direction as to how to find this location.
Oh, Black Rock Books is awesome when you're ahead. It's right across from the Lazaretto. On the main road, you'll see a sandwich board that says Black Rock Books, and it's like right by the street that would take you down to Bass Rock Beach. So if you go swimming to Bass Rock Beach, you will know how to get down there. Like, oh, yeah, so that's where it is. It's close. It's very
really,
close.
really fantastic. It's available everywhere. It's available in a couple bookstores, including Black Rock Books and Days. And it's also available online. You can go to rachelle.gray.com.
No, RachelleJGray.com.
Rachelle J Gray. All right.
.com.
Thanks
and
for
everything is
clarification.
there. All my social media, everything is there. You can follow me at Lady Gray's World. So yeah.
Fantastic. Rachelle, I wish you every success with this, your first novel. And of course, we stand ready with you for the second and the third and the fourth and on and on and on thereafter. Thank you for joining us. Best of luck.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Such an enlightening spirit, her name, Rachelle Gray. The book, Kingstown Burning. Why should you get it? Because it's a great read. Why should you get it? You're also supporting our own local novelists as well. All right.